Okay, good morning, good afternoon. I did promise I was gonna work on this, and we're gonna get right to it. I got like 2 more days left here, and I need to get as much done as I can. This will be released as soon as I get back to my duty station. So let's get at it. I'll work on this for a little bit, and I gotta get back to finishing up Golden Sun. Besides that, let's go. So we started, we're on the case studies finally. We can actually start wrapping this video up. Sorry it took a while, but Golden Sun took top priority because that needs to be released in the next 48 hours, so it's almost done. I'm getting there. I spent the whole night working on it. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'll work on this for like 30 to 40 minutes, then I will take a break, come back, do some more Golden Sun stuff, then I might do this again later, or I might do Battler. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. It's currently 2 p.m., so we'll see. All right. So we were talking about Clock Tower 2. Clock Tower 2. Struggle Within. So, Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within is a fractured game. Archaic camera angles, disjointed mechanics, inconsistent tone, yet none of that feels accidental, because at its core, this is a horror game, not about escaping death, but escaping identity, and that's a chase you can never win. So, Bates, well, Alyssa and Bates, Alyssa has dissociated identity disorder, which is pretty much just an alter ego, so it's a fancy way of saying that she has an alter ego. And if you've played the game, you know that Bates just comes out, but Alyssa's pretty much about to die, or some random nonsense happens. He is super edgy. Okay. This is such a weird game. Like, just the fact that it's like how Tales of Eternia was dubbed as Tales of Destiny 2, but it had nothing to do with Tales of Destiny 2. So this is Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within, but it has nothing to do with the other Clock Tower games. Like, there's another Clock Tower 2. It's just two different Clock Tower 2s. It's weird. All right, you play as Alyssa. And again, this is just another fancy way of saying she has an alter ego. So I want to be done with this by at least by 2:30. Because I gotta do one more recording session, the last recording session for Golden Sun, then I could actually start finishing that video up. And again, like I mentioned before, the game is very notorious for a lot of reasons. Like, if you don't play it the right way, you can really set yourself up for disaster. Like, it has one of the most infamous soft locks I've seen in a video game. Like, it's really, really bad. But Clock Tower is known for crazy stuff like that. Like, other Clock Tower 2, you can literally lock yourself into one of the bad endings just by playing the wrong way. And it's like, it's so screwed up because if you don't examine like certain things, you're screwed. You'll have to do another playthrough, and it's just games like that. They're hard. They're hard, not in the traditional sense. Like, your playstyle determines how well the game goes. Like in Clock Tower 1, like if you take a certain route, you won't even see, like, you'll barely even see Scissor Man. But if you mess up, you'll see Scissor Man all the time, which I guess people want. I guess. Okay, so you play as Alyssa, a teenage girl suffering from dissociated identity disorder, which is just an alter ego. But her alter ego is he certainly is not just a narrative twist. Bates is Bates is funny. The whole little section with Bates and Stephanie, like, god damn, this is just like a little girl, dude. Or separate character. He's a reaction to trauma. He has a reaction to trauma. I cannot spell. I kind of regret that I spent the whole night up because I hate sleeping in. But I needed to get that video done. Bates isn't just a narrative twist or a separate character. He's a reaction to trauma. Part of Alyssa. We'll be doing Resident Evil 0 next, so I just wanna... We don't need to go that crazy into detail. Yeah, I don't wanna lengthen this that much, so we'll write a good chunk of stuff, then we'll get ready for the next case study. As long as it's like a good section, I think we're fine. Part of Alyssa that runs. A part of Alyssa that runs. He comes out. He comes out at random moments, scripted random moments. Part of Alyssa that runs when she can't process what she's seeing. So. In panic. It's one of those. It's like with Tono and Nana. Yeah, he'll show up when her life is like in danger, or no, because her life can be in danger, and she can still die. Oh yeah, like this is that game. This is that type of game. Like if you don't do things the right way, or examine things, or talk to people in the right way, yeah, you can really just like screw yourself over. Like if I remember correctly, one of the doctors, if you don't do a specific thing, when you talk to him, he'll just strangle you, and you just can't do anything about it. It's just an instant kill. I'm like, bro, god damn. Yeah, this game can be very brutal. So I'm writing this in a very, very specific way. So we'll assume this is a perfect world, and Alyssa did everything right, and Bates shows up when her life's in danger, because he does show up when she's like gonna die. Like he does show up, but there are times like due to your error, he will not show up because you didn't do things in the right specific way. When Alyssa's life is in danger, play this game and just experience it for yourself. He emerges in panic when Alyssa's life is in danger, in confusion as well. We'll put a period right there, in confusion. So the game is kind of cheeky about it too. So I'm gonna do this, and really gives you full control of him, sort of. When you play as him, yeah, but you're not always fully in control. It's not like, oh, we're not doing like a Mega Man where you just choose X or 0. No, it's like you can play as him when she transforms into him, but it's like it's only for a certain amount of time. Or my personal favorite, he can wield a gun, but Alyssa won't wield the gun. I'm like, she'll just look at it and she'll find a gun and just like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't need weapons. Then Bates like, hey, a gun, cool. Oh yeah, that aspect is funny. So you don't choose. You don't choose to become Bates. kind of sort of snap into him. Yeah, you snap into him. You snap into him. Yeah, snap into him because survival demands it. Let me answer this real quick. Sorry about that, work. Yeah, well, I'm going back in the next couple of days. They have to check in on us. Okay. You snap into it because, I was about to write survival demands it, I think. I think survival demands it, yeah. The survival demands it. All right, cool beans. We're good. We're good. We're making good headway. We're actually good right now. The survival demands it. Okay, let's see what we got. Clock Tower 2, the struggle with it is a fractured game. Archaic camera designs, disjointed mechanics, inconsistent tone, yet none of that feels accidental because at its core, this is a horror game, not about escaping death, but escaping identity. And that's the chase you never win. You play as Alyssa, a teenage girl suffering from dissociated identity disorder, an alter ego pretty much. But her alter ego Bates isn't just a narrative twist or a separate character, he's a reaction to trauma. Part of Alyssa that runs when she can't process what she's seeing. He emerges in panic when Alyssa's life is in danger. In confusion, yeah, that's gonna screw me up, especially when I'm like narrating this. All right, and when he emerges in panic and when Alyssa's life is in danger, and the game wisely never gives you full control. It gives you full control of him. You don't choose to become Bates. You snap into him because survival demands it. All right. How can I tie this into running? I'm gonna be sleeping on the next video. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, at least for this. Because I gotta prioritize the requests. So technically after Golden Sun there's only one request because Golden Sun is a long-term project. That's an entire game that I'm doing. So Battler is making good progress. This is not necessarily a request, it's just my own little project I'm working on. I do my projects and requests congruently, so I make time for each of them. So I'm technically working on 3 things right now. One of them's about to be done, this one's gonna be done, well, script writing's gonna be done, Battler's in script writing, so this will keep me busy for the next like week or so, because this will be done probably by next week, because I wanted to wait till I got back to my duty station because you can't trust what happens over here. There's so much like shenanigans that can happen here, so I didn't want to do my horror movie analysis that I usually do with these videos over here. So And I was debating whether or not to do one for this, but we're gonna do one. I might use Scream as the tie-in. We'll see. Just because it's anti-meta. Okay, so the results. What is result? If we emotional collapse. I like that. Also, as usual, don't mind me. I think aloud. Okay. Ow. Okay, so as I'm writing that, you flee not just from killers, but emotional collapse. The game removes logic from its horror. Stalkers appear randomly. The hiding spots are never consistent, and you never feel truly safe. So, this game, amongst other things, is notorious for the hospital because, yes, the hospital is a very lengthy and annoying level for sure. You have probably only 2 ways to actually combat enemies in the hospital if you're not Bates. Bathroom with the broom, one of them, and that lone fire extinguisher. And you have to run, like literally run all the way to those sections in order to defend yourself. Like you'll be going through different map sections. Like you'll be like miles away. Enemy will show up and they'll be on your ass. That's like how Nemesis is in OG RE3. Like holy crap, like they're on your ass. Like you can be like miles away. You can be at one destination, see an enemy will show up, they'll chase after you. They'll continue chasing after you over and over and over, and they legitimately follow you. And you have to find whatever weapon you can in order to kill them. And sure, that makes sense, right? You have to use weapons to kill enemies. But no, in this game, again, unless you're Bates, you technically don't have a weapon with vanilla Alyssa. So you have to run to wherever that specific item is that will one-shot these guys and kill them. This is why, like, I remember when I was watching Bakwa Soup playing this years ago, I was like, wow, this fire extinguisher really is putting in work right now. Or not he didn't quote that verbatim, but he's pretty much alluding to that, because he would have to run from all the way from Kingdom Come all the way to this one section just to grab this fire extinguisher, just to kill this one enemy and go back to where he was miles away. I was like, you know what, let me play this shit. I'm like, oh my god, this is actually very stressful. Then there's the moments where the enemies don't appear at all. I remember there was this one portion. I guess I needed a zombie to appear, but it just would not appear. I'm like, oh man, like this actually sucks. Like this game can get pretty brutal. It's like in Grand Theft Auto when cars for some weird reason just don't appear. I'm like, oh, it's happening again. Yeah, the game is notorious for a lot of reasons. Very notorious. Play it just to experience it, but go in knowing that you're gonna probably be stressed out a lot. Never truly feel safe. Rockstar 2, The Struggle Within is a fractured game. Arcade camera angles, distorted mechanics, inconsistent tone. Yet none of that feels accidental, because at its core, this is a horror game, not about escaping death, but escaping identity. Oh my god, ew. That's a chase you can never win. You play as Alyssa, a teenage girl suffering from dissociative identity disorder, but her alter ego, Bates, isn't just a narrative twist or a separate character. He's a reaction to trauma. Part of Alyssa that runs when she can't process what she's seeing. He emerges in panic, and when Alyssa's life is in danger. In the game, Wise never gives you full control of him. You don't choose to become Bates. You snap into him because survival demands it. The result? You flee not from killers, but from emotional collapse. The game removes logic from its horror. The stalkers appear randomly. The hiding spots are never consistent, and you never truly feel safe. Yeah. Okay, I think we didn't need to go that much detail into it. I think we're good. I've covered like the nitty gritty of it. So we can start wrapping up this case study and get started with Resident Evil 0. That's where the game reveals. It's true horror. That's what the game reveals is true. Just more hesitation. Punish for hesitation. Kinda sort of indecisiveness, sort of. No, you actually are. You're punished for hesitation. Being indecisive. As I mentioned before, let's have a little powwow real quick. So again, like, this game will really punish you if you're not like doing like RPG levels of examining stuff, because there's a very notorious soft lock in which if you don't examine a samurai statue in the beginning of the game multiple times, like actually activate this, I'm pretty sure you have to activate the statue as a stalker, because your cousin Michael's in there. But yeah, that's what it is. So you have to examine the samurai statue a couple of times and get it activated as a stalker. So if you don't do that, later on towards like 80% of the game, you'll get hit with a very, very nasty insta kill. Like you'll go into like the ending portion of the hospital that leads into the end of the actual end of the game. There's a circular window above you. The samurai statue will come crashing down through the window and insta kill you, and you can't avoid it. And the worst thing about it is you can't do anything about it. Like, oh sure, I'm dead, okay, let me come back and just do this over again, I must have fucked up. No, like, you will actually get killed every single time you try to progress. Like, it's a very nasty soft lock, and the reason why you got it is because you didn't examine the samurai statue at all. You have to get it active. If you don't get it active, it'll just kill you every single time. And I'm like, dude, this is so screwed up. And then punishment, you have to start the game all over again. It's such a brutal soft lock. It's one of the most notorious ones I've ever had to actually deal with. You actually straight up die. What the fuck? You can't do anything about it. That shit's terrible. It's so messed up. I cannot spell right now. Oh, I actually spelled it right this time. Being indecisive. Being indecisive. Being indecisive. Indecisive. You're punished for being indecisive. You're punished for hesitation. Punished for hesitation. Punished for hesitation. Being indecisive. But also punished for panic. Punished for panic. There is no right. Less painful. Only less painful collapses. Yeah. Like, got that right. All right, we're about to hit the 30-minute mark, but we'll keep on going. Like I said, I just have to record the last section for Golden Sun, and start working on that last bit, and just go from there. Like, everything's good. We did what we needed to do. This case study matters. Case study matters because struggle within. And I do have to admit, it stays true to it does stay true to its namesake. The game is a struggle. It's all right. It matters because it strips the power fantasy away. Power. It strips the power fantasy. All right, hear me out. Out of escape. Out of escape. Running doesn't save you. Running doesn't save you. Running doesn't save you. Doesn't even. Running doesn't save. Running doesn't save you. Running doesn't save you. It doesn't delay the inevitable long, it only feeds the loop. So in this world, you're both the hunted and the hunter. Well, technically you're just the hunted, I guess. You're stalkers. Stalker. But you're not only running from the stalkers, you're running away from baits, in a sense. You flee your stalkers, but you also flee this game. It doesn't feel... Failing this game, it doesn't feel like a mistake. Oh, that's such a weird such a weird cut. That's not me. That's just the music. I'm like, wow, okay, that kind of screwed me up. Okay, I think we got it. So let's take a look. Clock Tower 2: The Struggle Within is a fractured game. Archaic camera designs. Whoops. Archaic camera angles. Sorry about that. Archaic camera angles, disjointed mechanics, inconsistent tone. Yet none of that feels accidental, because at its core, this is a horror game, not about escaping death, but escaping identity. And that's the chase you can never win. You play as Alyssa, a teenage girl suffering from dissociative identity disorder, which is just another fancy way of saying alter ego, pretty much. But her alter ego, Bates, isn't just a narrative twist or a separate character. He's a reaction to trauma, part of Alyssa that runs when she can't process what she's seeing. He emerges in panic when Alyssa's life is in danger. In the game, Wisey never gives you full control of him. You don't choose to become Bates, you snap into him because survival demands it. The result? You flee not just from killers, but emotional collapse. The game removes logic from its horror. Always proofread your stuff. The game removes logic from its horror. The stalkers appear randomly, the hiding spots are never consistent, and you never truly feel safe. And that's where the game reveals its true horror. You are punished for hesitation, being indecisive, but also punished for panic. There is not a right move. There is not a right move. Only less painful collapses. This case study matters because the struggle within strips the power fantasy out of escape. Running doesn't save you. It doesn't delay the inevitable for long. It only feeds the loop. Because in this world, you're the hunted. Because in this world, you're the hunted. You flee your stalkers. But you also flee part of yourself capable of violence. When you fail in this game, it doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like a surrender. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, let's get started with Resident Evil 0, then I'll start wrapping it up, because I do have to, like I said, I still gotta finish wrap up Golden Sun up, so let's do this. Swords of Revealing Light! Alright, Resident Evil 0, how do I want to go about that? Because we're talking about the Leech Man specifically. Vanilla Leech Man is so well, the original Leech Man is so terrifying. Outbreak, eh. What I want to know about this. I'm trying to think. Give me a moment. I think I got some. I can write in the same format as this. Okay. Because it's not just only about the Leash Man. It's more than just that. Like, I can write about the Leash Man easily, but it's like what makes him hard is himself in the system, in the game system makes it hard. It's two separate things that make every encounter with him just like terrifying, which can force you just to run. Which normally you probably should just run, because you get diminishing results from engaging in combat with him. It's like you're better off just not even like engaging the dude, because sure, Molotovs do damage, but you're not coming out of that battle unscathed if you're just gonna be throwing Molotov cocktails at him. It's like he's stupidly tanky, and he'll kamikaze you and most likely kill you. Like, that shit's crazy. Like, how ridiculously OP that leash man can be. Like, sure, you can use flame rounds, but it's like, why would I waste my flame rounds on you? I need those for other shenanigans that I'll encounter throughout the night. Like those asshole hunters that for some weird reason have actual mix-ups. So yeah, like, you don't want to really engage the dude. Like, so running away is like your best option. Okay, we'll start it up then. I'll figure it out as we go. All right, so let's start off with an introduction. Survival horror rarely pretends to empower the player. When it does, survival horror rarely pretends to empower the player, but when it does, it's rarely to feel strong. It's rarely to make you... Wow. It's to show powerless. Survival horror rarely pretends to empower the player, but when it does, it rarely makes you feel strong. It's to show how quickly that power can slip away. It's to show, all right. That wasn't good. That was some good copy. I'm sad it's about to be done. Survival horror rarely pretends to empower the player, but when it does, it's rarely to make you feel strong. It's to show you how quickly that power will slip away. Show you how quick that power is. I'm gonna be sassy, but I have an idea. Save 0. A lie. Resident Evil brings into a lie. You're not allowed. You're a 2. One and a half, technically, because, well, in my opinion, hear me out. This is how I play the game. Always play Rebecca. Do not rely on AI to help you out, because this game's AI is not the best. Like, the game is gonna be hard. It's a hard game. Like, I'm not gonna regurgitate everything because if you clicked on this, if you're gonna click on this video, you know the basics of Resident Evil 0. This is just offering a different perspective of things, but the game's a hard game. I play Rebecca all the time because I feel more comfortable playing Rebecca. I can't leave her alone to her own devices because Oh boy. Once you take a hit, you're gonna you're definitely taking a hit, all right. I've never seen someone go on caution so quickly. Like, her health values are abysmal. So, Lily and Rebecca. No. For a moment, it seems. Survival horror rarely pretends to empower the player, but when it does, it really makes you feel strong. It's to show you how quickly that power can slip away. Resident Evil Zero begins with a lie. You're not alone anymore. You're two. Billy and Rebecca, two playable protagonists, two separate inventories, two approaches to puzzles, exploration, and combat. For a moment, it seems you have transcended the core helplessness of horror games. You have backup now. You have options. Fuck. Oh. But in practice, partner system offers between practice. What's your attention? All right. This asshole. And as I mentioned before, he's weird. Okay. I have an idea about how I can do this. Okay. Fuck. All right. I start wrapping this up. Duty calls. In control to game. We don't talk about Rebecca's health. We don't talk about that health value. God damn. He's overwhelmingly tanky. Whoops. Yes, and like I mentioned earlier, it's like, yeah, I know you can use Molotov cocktails, but it's like you're not coming from that fight unscathed. Molotov cocktails take so long to actually throw, and it's like you're gonna get hit. You're definitely gonna get hit. And the fact that he just kamikaze you, you're gonna die. Like if you're Rebecca, you're dead. You're just straight up cooked. Billy, I've seen times where Billy will be on full health and he'll just be on danger after the kamikaze. I'm like, bro, wow, that's crazy. No, we don't need to put that. You could try to fight him, but he's overwhelmingly tanky. Leading. It's a compromise. You're losing something, as first hope. Hey, hello. I'm talking about the Leech Man of Resident Evil 0. That guy. How are you? Leech Man's a jerk. I have to finish this video before I leave. No. I don't need to finish this specifically. I need to get this done soon. But I'm almost done. I'm on case study 2, so I just did Clock Tower 2. You know the one. And now it's Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil 0 is a very mean game. Fleeing isn't liberation. Watched the Vera video, by the way. It was a good watch. Yeah, I know, right? See, you remember? Yeah, the samurai. I mentioned that. I'd mentioned that it has one of the that's the most screwed up. That one section of the game is like it's one of the most infamous soft locks imaginable. It's like if I remember, yeah, it's you don't if you don't examine the samurai armor a few times in the beginning of the game, like you're locked into that soft lock and there's nothing you can do. You have to replay the game all over again. It's so screwy. Like I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah, the Vera, I like the Vera one. It was Vera's a very complex character. Let's just say that she's very complex. But yeah, I just finished up. Clock Tower 2. I feel like the game's impossible without save states. I think so too. Like, you're not gonna be in for a fun ride when you play it. You're definitely not gonna be. It's difficult. Like, everything in that game is stupidly difficult, and if you don't, like I mentioned, if you don't play a specific way, if you don't play a specific way, you're screwing yourself over. Because remember, this game barely gives you ways to defend yourself. Like, the random broom, the broom in the bathroom, the fire extinguisher. That's it. Because remember, Alyssa doesn't use weapons at all. Bates will use weapons. I'll never forget when there was a shotgun in the cabinet, and she just looked at it. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna put this back now. Like, wow. Oh, okay, that's a mood. But yeah, the game is I won't even say it's a bad game. It's an experience. So we finished that one up. We're on Resident Evil 0 now. The Leechman is another funny aspect, because you already know how the Leechman is, especially in that game. Leechman, you're better off not ever fighting him. Like, I would personally never fight a Leechman. I feel like it's not worth it. Like, there's so many what ifs that come into play. It's like, is Rebecca at full health? Do I have enough resources to actually fight the guy? Because you know how classic RE games is. You get little to nothing. Especially since you already know how the game's limited spaces. Like, oh, all right, so do I have to leave some stuff around to fight this Leechman? Do I have to go drop some weapons, bring some health with me? There's like so many what ifs, and I don't feel it's worth it in the end. I don't. Again, that's just me. I've been wrong plenty of times, but whenever I play Resident Evil 0, it's like, all right, I gotta go in with a plan, because if I don't go in with a plan, if I can just go YOLO, I'm just not gonna survive. Like, Rebecca must be played at all times for me. I never use Molotov cocktails, mind you. Like, I just feel like they're a waste. My personal opinion, I feel like they're a waste of space. Definitely feel like they're a waste of space. And again, it's such a drawback using, because there's so much prepping involved in actually tossing it. Like, you got to get into the pose and toss it in a very specific way, because you can completely whiff it. I've seen it whiff, and you get punished for the whiff because he still takes it. God, that's like, Leechman is he's so scary. Okay. All right, so the partner says to office freedom, but in practice, it splits your attention in ways that invites collapse. And then there's the Leechman. He corrupts every space he enters, turning control into chaos. You can try to fight him, but he is overwhelmingly tanky. Wasting bullets might mean having nothing left for later. But fleeing isn't liberation either, it's compromise. Okay. Because to escape you must abandon something. And it's funny Redfield mentioned that. It's like, The first thing that comes to mind with Clock Tower 2, oh my god, it's a samurai armor. I'm like, yep. Fleeing isn't liberation either, it's compromise, but to escape you must abandon something. Resource. Billy could not mix herbs. He could not mix. He could not mix herbs. The Marine could not mix herbs. And yet Chris, it was in the Air Force, and he can mix herbs. What, Resident Zero? What were you doing? Yeah, the broom. Because remember, you don't have... Alyssa doesn't use weapons, sort of, in a traditional sense. She has to down the enemy, so you would have to... Let's just say you're like in like a separate section of the hospital. You have to run all the way back to where that one singular broom is inside of the stall just to kill that one enemy, because enemies, they will always chase you. I feel like Resident Evil 0 is an idea that would have been better with multiplayer. Well, Resident Evil 0... It was an experiment. It was an experiment to see how co-op would actually work. And unfortunately, I wouldn't say it flopped. It just introduced a lot of weird concepts that make no sense. Because, first of all, yes, it's a classic RE game. Individual health values or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Leon had a little bit more health than Claire. And Carlos had a little more health than Jill. Well, either way, individual health values are fine, whatever. But giving Rebecca like paper thin health and giving Billy like massive health, I'm like, damn, I will never ever let AI control Rebecca. Screw that. Limited inventory space, like having big weapons such as shotguns, grenade launchers take 2 spaces in a game that only has 6 item slots. Wow, holy crap, that's crazy. Having the hook shot, which is not even a weapon, take 2 item slots, even more crazier. Not having inventory boxes. There's it's things that people bring up all the time. What can you do? It's like they try things, it didn't work, and thank God they never went that direction again, because RE0 is a game that I personally will. It won't be my first game that I would choose to play for sure. Like, there's other games I would rather play than RE0, but if I know I'm gonna be playing Resident Evil 0, I have to come up with a strategy. Once I get started, I'm fine with it. Like, I'm good. Like, I will play RE0, but in the beginning, I'm like, oh my god, I'm playing this. Then as I progress, I'm like, okay, fine. It's becoming a little bit more bearable. On top of having some of the cheapest enemies ever, like eliminators are busted. Like, they stun lock you. The actual straight up fighting game, anime fighting game stun locks. I'm like, wow, I'm eating a Nay infinite like string right now. Because oh yeah, like hunters are fine in that game, believe it or not. Hunters are generally pretty cheap because of the BS they can give you, but eliminators, god no, you're trapped in a stun loop, or you're just screwed. Pray for Rebecca and her flimsy health, because once she gets stun locked, it's like GG's. I have to strategize so much with RE0. Okay. But to escape, you must abandon something: a plan, a valuable resource, a sense of agency. I feel like a good example of RE multiplayer is, believe it or not, 5 Revelations. 5 in the Revelations series. Well, Revelations 2 specifically. I didn't like Revelations 1 just because when I played it, it was on 3DS. It was the 3DS. Yeah, 3DS. And it was not... I wasn't too keen on the loading screens. It just took too damn long. Like, all right, I'm just watching the ship wheel turn over and over and over. Besides some of the characters, like the Ronald McDonald Ginger. I'm like, wow, y'all hate it. Y'all, what the fuck? Hold on. The Ronald McDonald Ginger and Jessica. Okay. Hisoka haircut guy. Revelations 1's a weird game. It's part of that. Do I want to actually play Revelations 1? I really don't. In Revelations 2, do I want to deal with Moira? No, I don't. I really don't. I don't. I don't want to deal with Moira. I don't like Moira. So I would definitely have to say RE0, Revelations 1, RE0 and Revelations 1 are games that I would heavily consider. Do I really want to play this? And somewhat Code Veronica. I like Code Veronica, but Code Veronica in the beginning is. Code Veronica, if you don't play a specific way, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I would take that take to the grave. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Like, believe it or not, like I would prefer playing Outbreak. I would play Outbreak File 2 over 0. Not File 1, because File 1 is pretty bad. Now, File 1 is not bad, it's just harder because there's a lot of glaring issues that you got quality of life changes in Outbreak File 2 for sure. Also, shoutouts to RE9. Wow, I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day anybody would tolerate Alyssa enough to be in a relationship and have a kid with her. Holy crap. That's a lot of toxicity right there. And each escape makes the next one hard. Okay. Attempt to manage the chaos. Juggling inventory. Serving ammo. I remember people began defending Sheva AI. Sheva AI is... Wow. Sheva AI is a experience. People... I know how bad Sheva AI is. People know how Sheva AI, how bad it is, but people will defend Sheva AI saying it's just it's a player skill, get good. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to get good when I'm not controlling the character? The computer's controlling the character. What the fuck? People say very weird takes. I'll never forget when I saw them. Like, wait, so you're telling me to get good when it's... I'm not using me as an example. I'm using what I saw. You're telling that person to get good, but they have no control over the AI. It's like, no, like Sheva AI is... She just does stuff. Use this. No. Why'd you heal me? I was fine. I was on green. I just got hit by a random axe. I'm chilling right now. And that's why, like, with these cooperative games, it's like you're better off again playing cooperative. I will defend the fact that RE5 is a great cooperative game if you're playing with a friend. But if you're playing just with AI, it's like, oh hell no. Even with this, it's like playing RE0 by yourself. Well, no, you have to play it by yourself, but playing RE0 just and with the AI, yeah, wow. Like if I leave, if I'm playing Billy for God knows why. If I leave Rebecca by herself, and I know there's a room that a zombie's gonna get up eventually, because remember, this game works on a very interesting system where rooms are not always safe. Time will pass. If there's a dead body on the ground, he's not gonna stay on the ground for long. He'll get up. If I leave Rebecca by herself, I'm not confident enough that she'll be able to take out whatever is gonna that zombie that's gonna get back up, because again, Rebecca has very flimsy health. Like she takes a bite, she's probably going on caution. She's definitely going on caution. I've even unintentionally experimented with this one time. I got back grabbed because I was being silly. Billy interrupted the back grab. I didn't get bitten at all. Like the zombie just grabbed me. He was gonna go munch. He was gonna go munch on me. Billy shot the zombie before the animation actually came out. Like the zombie was literally about to just then I'm like, okay, cool. Billy stopped me from getting eaten. I'm good. I'm on fine. I go to my inventory. I'm on danger. I'm on red caution. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, wow. So the back grab still registers, even though the back attack still registers, even if you break it. Like, damn, that's so fucked up. So yeah, like, relying on AI to like specifically control Rebecca. Oh God, no. I will. Me and Rebecca have a very intimate relationship in RE0. I will play her forever because I'm confident enough that Billy will stay by himself and be fine. Okay, dealing with partner AI. Fully collapses. Okay, so I keep on screwing that up. Very system, the very mechanic. I have to figure out what my next video is gonna be after I'm done with this, because again, this will be released next week. Yep, this will definitely be released next week, because again, I got to do the horror movie tie-in, because I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna use Scream for this one, just because Sidney Prescott is so super anti-meta. It's hilarious when she gets involved in the chase scene. I'm like, oh, didn't you just like, weren't you just talking trash like a few moments ago, saying that the woman should have just ran outside the perfectly open front door but decides to go upstairs? Then you just do the exact same thing. Oh man, Sydney's funny, but not nowadays. But Sydney back in Scream 1 was funny. But as usual, I do my horror movie tie-ins with this, so I think Scream 1 would be a better movie tie-in for this. All right. So the very mechanic. And to empower you. It betrays you. Yeah. It's a hyphen there would work. Two character dynamic. Two character dynamic becomes betrays you the most. Betrays you the most. You don't. And I'm not saying that Outbreak Leechman is not scary. Like Outbreak Leechman, more tolerable because you have a whole legitimate entire squad to help you out. Obviously, you can't kill the dude, but yeah, you have an entire like, you have like a legit like infantry unit of people just there to help you out. But remember, Outbreak has the bleed system, and the bleed system is that's just, bleed is just so messed up. It's so messed up. You don't flee the leech man. Flee. All right, I definitely gotta start wrapping this up soon. I've been doing this for an hour. I wanted to get this at least started up, like this separate section, but for now I think we've done good. Like, well, I think we've done enough. Don't flee the leech man. Flee from your own lack of preparation. Your own lack of preparation. Your own lack of, your own disorientation, your own I regret that I stayed up all night. I do, but I needed to get the goals of stuff done. And I still have to record that. Your own panic. You flee from your own lack of preparation. You own your own whoops. Yeah, your own disorientation, your own panic. This is horror by immersion. This is horror by immersion. Eversion, not immersion. What the fuck? Eversion. This is horror by, I did not spell that right. That's an ongoing trend. I screw up spelling for some weird reason. This is horror by aversion. So going off of that, where other games trap you with, other games trap you with too little. Resident Evil 0 traps you with too much responsibility. And it does, because there's a lot of things you're responsible for in this game, which you, like, a lot of aspects which I've gone over in detail with my yappings over here. And to quote Bakpa Soup again, RE0 would have been such a better game if the inventory, not the inventory, the hookshot didn't exist. Where the other games trap you with too little, Resident Evil traps you with too much responsibility. And then it floods the system. It's not just about fleeing the monster. It's not just about fleeing the monster. It's not just about fleeing the monster. It's about the choices. It's about the choices you made hours ago. It's about the choices you made hours ago. What you carried. What you left behind. That main hall was horrendous at times with how much stuff is now. I'm like, damn. Holy crap. This is Spring cleaning would suck over here if I left all my stuff here. Pray that you never leave the hook shot behind. Pray that you, if you don't remember to bring the hook shot with you after the bat boss, oh man, have fun going through Eliminator balcony if you haven't gotten rid of them. Wow. It's about the choices you made hours ago, what you carried, what you left behind, what you wasted. Coming back to punish you. Coming back to punish you. So, again, I don't recommend fighting the guy, but if you have the means to kill him, I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying not. All right, I'm not telling you not to fight him. It would behoove you. I said the word. I did the thing. It would be in your best interest not to fight him because it's not worth it, in my opinion. Like, especially in a game that punishes you as heavily as this game does. I don't think it's the cons outweigh the pros. Teach me in this way. This way. Each man this way becomes more than an enemy. He is also that soundtrack is It's that soundtrack will haunt me until I die. He is a loop. Self-replicating failure. All right, I think I've yapped enough about that. I think we start wrapping up this case study. You're not just escaping the creature. You're preserving. Wow. I with that one. You're not just escaping. You're preserving the illusion. You're preserving the illusion that you still survive the consequences. But the truth is simple. Devastating. But the truth is simple and devastating. You were never in control. You were never in control. And okay, so let's see how this sounds. I definitely gotta take a break right after this. Survival horror rarely pretends to empower the player, but when it does, it rarely makes you feel strong. It's to show you how quick that power can slip away. Resident Evil 0 begins with a lie. You're not alone anymore. You're two. Julie and Rebecca. Two playable protagonists with separate health values. Two separate inventories. Two approaches to puzzles, exploration, and combat. For a moment, it seems that you have transcended the core helplessness of horror games. You have backup now. You have options. Partner system offers freedom, but in practice, it splits your attention in ways that invites collapse. And then there's the Leech Man. He corrupts every space he enters, turning control into chaos. You can try to fight him, but he is overwhelmingly tanky. Wasting bullets might mean you having nothing left for later. But fleeing isn't liberation either, it's a compromise. Because to escape, you must abandon something, a plan, a valuable resource, a sense of agency. And each escape makes the next one harder. Every attempt to manage the chaos, juggling inventory, conserving ammo, dealing with partner AI gradually collapses. The very mechanic meant to empower, the two character dynamic becomes the thing that betrays you the most. You don't flee the Leech Man, you flee from the lack of your own preparation, your own disorientation, your own panic. This is horror by aversion. Where other games trap you with too little, Resident Evil 0 traps you with too much responsibility, and then it floods the system. It's not just about fleeing the monster, it's about the choices you made hours ago, what you carried, what you left behind, what you wasted, coming back to punish you. Leechman in this way becomes more than an enemy. He is a loop, a self-replicating failure. You're not just escaping the creature, you're preserving the illusion that you can still survive the consequences, but the truth is simple and devastating. You were never in control, and you never really ran away. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. So we did about an hour and a half worth of work. Unfortunately, I do have to go take care of some IRL things because I am leaving in the next couple of days. So this is good stuff. Redfield's good chatting, and later on I'll come back and I'll do more Golden Sun. Then if I have time later, I'll do some Battler stuff. Anyways, bye bye, take care, and I'll see people a little bit later.